1.21 gigawatts. Great Scott. Hey, welcome back to the channel. Gibson have some new ES-345 guitars. They're a little bit confusing and confused. So let's talk about them. Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. My name's 3Chord Dave, and here in 2025, Gibson have done something I think it's a little bit silly, but we'll get into that in a little while. So yeah, guitars and things. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, please. Back to the Future is one of my favorite movies of all time. I have some very significant memories tied to that movie. Going to see the movie Back to the Future 2 with my dad, seeing this movie, falling in love with rock and roll and music and guitars and stuff like that at that moment, and movies, and wanting to go back and see the next one and go back and see the same one again. I just love everything about it. It's an amazing movie series that it kind of hits everybody. People in the movie business love it because it hits all four quadrants, you know, boys, girls, moms and dads, and then grandparents as well. Everybody loves this movie, and why not? It's such universal themes. It's about a boy who has this weird kind of scientist old dude friend, and he's made a time machine. So Marty, the young boy, goes back in time to when his parents were in school, and he meets his parents. His mom kind of falls for him and she tries to make out with him. So he doesn't want to get with his dad anymore. So he has to try and make his dad like hit on his mom, and tell them like that they should get together and have kids, which is kind of, I guess, when you think about it, a little bit weird. But it all comes together in a really good kind of fun movie kind of way. And if you just overlook the weirdness, good movie. Anyways, there's a guitar in the movie, and it's an ES-345, a Gibson ES-345, which is weird because he's in 1955 and they didn't come out until 1959. So basically the movie's full of plot holes and shit. It's still a good movie. Promise. Anyways, Gibson got involved with the whole 40th anniversary of Back to the Future, which is today, they're calling it Back to the Future Day, and they put out the guitars. Lots of guitar channels are talking loads of nonsense about the guitars and pretending they're big Back to the Future fans. I'm actually a big Back to the Future fan, so I'll tell you, I'm the target market for these guitars because I'm a massive Back to the Future fan. I love Gibson guitars, and those two things have significance, huge significance in my life. There's two versions. There's an Epiphone version, which I'll talk about in a few minutes, and then there's a Gibson custom version, which is a Murphy Lab thing with all the Murphy Lab flaking off finish and the scratches and the dents and all that sort of stuff, which is good if you like your guitars falling apart. And they cost 20,299 euros. Why the 299? 20,299. Did you fall on your calculator when you came up with that? Like, what is that all about? 299. Why not just 20,000? Why not go 21,000? Why 20,299? That's a weird price. I don't get it, and it doesn't tie in with the movie or anything. The Epiphones, by the way, they're priced at 1,099 euros. And obviously, wherever you live in America or Canada or Australia or England or whatever, the prices are going to be different. So look it up on the internet. It's not difficult to find that information. Good man or lady. Oh, Gibson also have a new Back to the Future collection, which is Temu crap, but Gibson prices. There's some t-shirts. There's some pick tins. Literally, they sell them for like $5 on Temu. And then there's the t-shirts, which I don't know why Gibson wants to sell t-shirts so badly, but it just makes guitars. And yeah, so that's it. The guitars are basically what you'd expect from an ES-345 guitar. So maple, poplar, maple bodies with mahogany necks and rosewood fingerboards. The pickups in the Gibson are custom bookers, which is nice, and in the Epiphones is their classic Alnico Classic Pro, which is I mean, they're a fine pickup. I do say so myself, because they're in a guitar that's right over here as well, which I'll show you in a few minutes. We talk about as well. So as I mentioned, the guitar didn't come out till 1959. The movie scene that it appears in is set in 1955. So people have always been blah, 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 blah. Those guitars didn't exist, blah, blah, blah. Some people get real snotty and like pretend that they're the only people who know that, but no, it's, you know, that's the internet for you. Anyways, Gibson decided to call this the 1955 Collector's Edition ES-345. Fantastic. Okay, you're tying it into the movie, lovely. However, it's 1955, but really in 1959. So 1955, 1959. And they've gone with, get this, a 1961 neck spec. So it's a 1951 D-shaped neck profile thing. Why? It should be a 1958 thick as you can get baseball bat neck on this. Now, I've spoken loads of times. My favorite profile is probably like a 61, like a slim taper type of thing. I love that neck profile. I don't mind a thicker neck either, but I'd really like a 61. But it doesn't belong on this guitar properly. If you're doing a 1955/59, you need to be putting on a thick, badass neck on this thing, right? Big, huge, thick yoke, not a slim neck. And the Epiphone has a C-shaped profile, which is again a 60s style neck, but they're not kind of really selling the authenticity of the Epiphone. They're just like, this is part of the thing. So so why have a 1955 stroke 1959 stroke 61? Like, where did the 61 neck come from? What are they smoking? Where did that come from? That's stupid. But when they have to have something to change when they find the real one and do the scans and the measurements and the pictures and the photographs and the MRI scan and all that sort of stuff. And they go, oh, we didn't realize the 1959 guitar wouldn't have a 1961 neck profile, but so this is a more authentic version. Oh wait, are we allowed to say the word authentic about Gibson stuff anymore? Anyways, let's just roll with it and see what happens. Yeah, so the coolest thing about the Gibson version, the Gibson custom version, is it comes with a in-case light, which is a flux capacitor light thing. Very cool, worth about 10 bucks on one of those Chinese websites that sells all the cheap crap. About 10 bucks you'd pick up one of these, I think. But it's a cool thing. I looked at it straight away, I was like, that's awesome. Where's all the rest of my case candy going? Because it's in the little compartment that I guess you can't put anything else in there. That's fine. It also comes with like a box of stuff. There's a strap. It comes in a box of like a plutonium casement box like from in the movie, but I'm pretty sure it's cardboard. There's a flyer for Save the Clock Tower. There's a Enchantment Under the Sea dance poster. There is a Casio watch like Marty wore in the movie. Not the tie-in with the 40th anniversary edition, which would have been very cool, but no, just a regular one. Still, I suppose that's more movie correct. And that's only, of course, with the Gibson custom version, which, as I said, is Murphy Lab as well. So it's got that Murphy Labness. Again, sold out anyway now. There was only 88 of them made, and 1,985 of the Epiphones, which also appear to be sold out everywhere. But, you know, as I said, they're going to produce more of these next year or the year after, whenever they can get away with saying, oh, we found the real one. So, yeah, my verdict, I think this is a rip-off. I think they've basically jumped on the bandwagon of the 40th anniversary. Maybe they thought they would have the actual one ready to go by now, and they hadn't, so they came up with this backup plan of just pumping out these ones, and then they can like correct them in the next couple of years. I'm thinking it's pretty bad. Now, last year, Epiphone brought out this. This is an ES-345 that I picked up from Thomann, and I had a hell of a time actually getting it from them. They listed it for sale, I bought it, I probably wasn't supposed to, but they sold it to me anyway, and it took about 3 months to get here. Every single week they told me that it was ready to ship and it'd be on its way, and I haven't bought anything from them since because I was appalled at their customer service that time. And I've been a customer of theirs for a long time, and they just really pissed me off. So I don't know if I'll ever buy from them again, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, this is a 345. If you want a 345, you can get them. Epiphone will put them out. This one cost me $7.99 last year. Now, it did say in the listing that it would have a Bigsby, and they didn't have a Bigsby. I got onto Thomann, they said they'd give me credit for it, but then I don't know, they never did. But the point being, I think that 345 looks better than the Back to the Future one they just re-released today, because the wood grain and everything looks nicer to me, and the binding looks nicer. Maybe it's just the pictures aren't good, I don't know, but if you want, because you can't get them now because they're sold out, so you want to make an offer on my one, which is actually surprisingly a lot less of those, a lot fewer of those were made last year. So we're not sure the full numbers. I think it's about 300 were made worldwide. So if you want one of those, hit me up. I got a tax bill I got to pay, so you never know. I might sell it to you if you offer me more money than I can handle. But the point being, they'll do that again as well. So if you want a 345, oh, and I should point out, yeah, they didn't make it with the 12th fret solid. That's just a sticker. You could just buy a sticker and put it on your 12th fret, and people usually can't tell. So if you're into that sort of thing and you want an ES-345 to look like Marty McFly's in the movie, just wait till they bring that out again, or you can pick them up on Reverb still for about 800 bucks, I think, if you find one. What do you think of the Back to the Future reissues? I think it's a scam. And the reason I think it's a scam, as legitimately the exact target market person for these guitars, is that they're making a big deal of trying to find the actual guitar, and then they've put out these guitars that are kind of like, oh, we think it's like this, we think it might be like that. They haven't measured or done anything. All they've done really is put it out. And the neck profile on the Gibson is a dead giveaway that they're waiting to counter or to fix something on, make it more authentic when they get the real one. I don't know, what do you think about these? And what is your favorite thing about the Back to the Future trilogy? I still love the movies, even though now I'm a grown up, I can see the flaws with it. And I'll probably be watching it, if not tonight, because it's the anniversary, very, very soon. Like this week, I'll be sticking on Back to the Future and enjoying myself. So tell me what you think of Back to the Future. Tell me what you think of the guitars. Do you think it's a scam like I do? Yeah, probably. Anyway, that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Whatever you do, don't try and make out with your mom in a car park. Back to the Future. See you next time.